Speeding up here for Isak. Van Dijk's challenge. Free kick and a record.
Perplexed Jurgen Klopp just kicks through his right ankle. Perplexed Jurgen Klopp just kicks through his right ankle. Perplexed Jurgen Klopp.
Hi guys, just doing a quick video today, just a quick news wrap up. I will be doing a video with Toto Hammer later on in about an hour and a half. We're going to be discussing who's going to be the most Salah replacement. That's going to be in about an hour and a half. But I just wanted to go through some news. I know it's old news now, but I just still wanted to cover it on this channel today. I hope you are all well. Smash that like button, guys. Big up to everybody in the chat. If you want any questions asked, just throw your question up and I'll put it up on the screen. But big up to everybody. I hope you had a good weekend. I hope finally the rain's here. But finally, because I couldn't breathe. But the British summer was horrendous at the end. But you're not here to talk about the weather. Now, I'm going to talk about Romeo Latvia first. I know the thumbnail's got Virgil van Dijk and it's got Timikas. But I'm going to talk about Romeo Latvia first. Now, Romeo Latvia. This is a kid that I was interested in. Seriously. It was a kid I was interested in. Didn't work out. We put the bid in. We messed about. Our fault, really. I blame that on us. We could have had this kid and he could have been a potential world-class DM, especially under the Klopp regime. Didn't really work out. Chelsea got the sticky fingers on him, and now they've ruined him already. Romeo Latvia. I've done a few videos on Romeo Latvia about the way Chelsea basically willfully brought him. They said if you can't have him, basically they said if Liverpool want him because you tried to hijack Caicedo, we're gonna hijack Latvia, and we'll see how it goes from there. At the moment, Latvia hasn't kicked the ball for Chelsea yet. Not one ball. Not one ball. Not one single ball. Latvia has kicked the ball for Chelsea. Not one single ball. Now, all of a sudden, now the news is coming in. You probably know this already because, like I said, it's old news. But I'm still going to report it. Basically, Chelsea's new signing, Romeo Latvia, is expected to miss 6 weeks with an initial test on his injury. So Romeo Latvia, the guy that they wanted, they didn't really want him. They just wanted him because Liverpool wanted him. So all this is really karma for Chelsea, in my opinion. I feel sorry for Latvia. I don't want no footballer to be sidelined. I want people to go and make their money. If you can go and make your money, whatever you're doing, good for you. Hats off to you. But I really like this kid, Latvia. I completely blame Liverpool for the way they handled it. The way Liverpool handled this Latvia situation was a complete and utter botch. Complete and utter botch. I'm not going to come out and ridicule this kid. I'm not going to come out and ridicule this kid of Romeo Latvia. I believe he deserves more. It's not his fault. At the end of the day, he had a dodgy manager. We'll just sort that out. Romeo Latvia had a dodgy manager who wasn't really interested in. He was just cared about the money. He didn't really care about him. He cared about his clients. He cared about the money. But that's the way agents are. The sharks. So it's a shame that Romeo Latvia is going to miss these games. It would have been interesting to see. I know I've done shorts on him before, like comical shorts on Romeo Latvia, and I've put it out on TikTok and I've put it on my Instagram and I've put it out there on YouTube. If you go look on my YouTube or Instagram, everything's in the link description below. You'll see I've done a few shorts on Romeo Latvia and I've done a few shorts on Caicedo as well. But Romeo Latvia is expected to miss 6 weeks of football. I'm already seeing the negative comments on him already. I just don't believe he warrants it. I believe he's very confused. I believe he's a very confused kid, and you look the price tag. I don't know how much did he go for. Well, he went for a decent price tag. He's gone there, not as much as Caicedo, obviously, but he's gone there. He was sitting in the nosebleed section of Chelsea, basically sitting in where the spectators sit, looking angry. He didn't look happy. This was a few weeks ago. that he was sitting not even on the bench. He was sitting in the where the crowd were. And I felt sorry for him. He's coming there. And look, he should have came to Liverpool. We all know this by now. He should have came to Liverpool. I believe he would have been a mega star at Liverpool. He still could be a mega star at Chelsea, but I don't know how that. We'll see. But he could have been a mega star at Liverpool. He could have been one of them signings, them generational talent. I've already said on this channel. I've said it numerous of times on this channel. Numerous of times. I believe Romeo Lavia is a better player than Caicedo, in my opinion. I do not care. Romeo Lavia's ceiling is very, very high, in my opinion. Very high. And I believe he would have been a better player. In the end, it would have end up being a better signing for Liverpool than Caicedo. Now, that's just my opinion. He might not be popular in the Liverpool community, in the football community. Look, everybody's got their own opinion. That's the whole point of this show. Everybody's got their own opinion. And I believe that Romeo Lavia is going to be a baller. But I'm not sure if he's going to be a baller at Chelsea. But, well, Chelsea signed him up. I don't know how long the contract is. If anybody knows in the chat room how long Romeo Lavia's contract is with Chelsea, because I'm not going to go and research it, because I've got to do other topics. But I believe that Liverpool, if he would have been at Liverpool, he would have been a baller. And I think Klopp would have got the best out of him. Pochettino is not going to get the best out of him. For starters, if Romeo Lavia would have started for Liverpool, signed for Liverpool, he would have been playing for Liverpool. He wouldn't have been sitting on the bench. This is what happens when you got too many players on your squad, and you buy all these top stars with big egos. You don't know where to put them, and if you leave them on the bench, stuff's gonna happen, and you're gonna get animosity in the dressing room. They're gonna turn on the manager, and again, Chelsea will look for another manager. That's how it's gonna go. I believe Pochettino is a really, really good manager. I remember before we brought Klopp, I wanted Pochettino as the next manager for Liverpool. I remember I really wanted Pochettino, but it is what it is. But I believe we've got the better manager now, Jurgen Klopp, obviously. To me, the greatest manager in the world. But that's it, man. That's the only thing on Romeo Lavia. It's a shame for the kid. It didn't work out. It is what it is. Now, I'm going to get onto this Jordan Henderson debacle. This Jordan Henderson thing. Before I move on to the Van Dijk about the money that he got fined for, which for me, let's face it, the money he got fined Virgil van Dijk, that's not even going to scratch. That's nothing to him. It's pocket change. To us, it's a lot of money. For us, mere mortals, but for Van Dijk, it's pocket change. I'm going to move on to this Jordan Henderson thing. Now, I listened to a bit of the interview, right? I listened to a bit of the Jordan Henderson interview. And I was thinking to myself, why? I think this was a bad PR move for Jordan Henderson. I don't know who advised him to do this interview. I thought it was a mistake to do this interview. He should have just went off. Look, people were starting to forget about Jordan Henderson. I done a video on Jordan Henderson and I praised Jordan Henderson. I said, you know what? Jordan Henderson has been a great captain for Liverpool, probably one of the best. I loaded him up. I put him on a platter. I done a good video. I dedicated a video for Jordan Henderson. Now, we all know that he was involved in the LGBT community. He stood a lot for it. He made it vocal to everybody that he's behind LGBT community. And the thing about it, when you're a footballer, when you're a celebrity, you're just a celebrity. Once you are a celebrity, yeah, could be a footballer, actor, whatever, yeah. Once you put your point out there, then you've put yourself on the line. He put himself on the line and says, I respect the LGBT community. I stand strong with the LGBT community. And then as soon as a bit of money comes along, he goes there and, he goes there to Saudi Arabia. And we know in Saudi Arabia, it's not legal. It's illegal to be part of the LGBT community. Okay? But he said he's gonna go there. You got people coming online and saying, "Oh, he's gonna go there and change it, and he's gonna be the guy that stands for LGBT community." If Jordan Henderson goes to Saudi Arabia, which he's there now, and he stands out and says, "Look, I'm gonna stand for LGBT community," he'll be arrested. He'll be arrested. He's not gonna go there and start shouting from the roots about the LGBT community. It's not gonna happen. Look when they had the Qatar World Cup. What happened to the Qatar World Cup? Remember, the England team was going to wear them badges or whatever, was going to wear the armband. What happened? Nothing happened. They backed off it because at the end of the day, it's not legal over there. Now, I think it's absolutely disgusting that it's not legal over there with the LGBT community, but that's the way the Saudi Arabia people are. But the point I'm trying to make is Jordan Henderson put himself on the line. He said, okay, I support the LGBT community. Everybody knew what he stood for. Everybody loved him for it. Respect. But then he goes to Saudi Arabia and people was a bit upset about it. I get it. Included Jill Scott, ex-England international. She was criticising Jordan Henderson about what he done and what he said in the interview. But let's face it, look, I got respect for Jill Scott, but let's face it, you took the pay, and when you went to the Qatar World Cup, think about it. You went to the World Cup, you remember the finals and the semi-finals, you was there, you took the pay, and you went to Saudi Arabia. There you go. So, the thing I'm trying to say is, why can't just footballers just be footballers? Don't bring in the politics, because then you're just setting yourself up to fail. Very simple. You're putting yourself down on, look, role models, footballers are not really the best role models because eventually they will let you down. They will do something that you won't like, and then you're just going to go off them like people are doing with Jordan Henderson. Just play football. We do not watch football for politics. This is the same thing with Gary Lineker. Gary Lineker always gets involved in politics. Just don't get involved in politics. The best thing you should do your thing on telly, go and kick a football, you get paid for it, and that's it. That's it, very simple, because stuff like this will happen. Now, everybody was like quieting down about Jordan Henderson. Nobody was really talking about him. Then he goes and does this interview. Now he's just blown himself up again. Now people are looking at him, and then there's rumours that he was slamming Klopp. I didn't really watch all the interview. He was saying that he never felt loved at Liverpool. The guy was a captain for over a decade, bro. He was a captain for Liverpool. He had one of the best jobs in football. Let's face it, guys. He had one of the best jobs in football. He was loved at Liverpool. Now, it seemed like he was slamming Klopp. And now he's getting all a bit dirty. What he should have just done what Fabinho done, bro. Done what Firmino done and all the rest of the Liverpool guys. He went for the pay, yeah. Acknowledge that and just sail off into the sunset and take your bag. Very simple. Very simple. Don't make out that you never went for the bag. You went for the bag. It's very simple. Now, I'm still respect Jordan Henderson. I think he's, like I said, he's been a great captain for Liverpool. I'm never going to run him down for that. But once you put yourself on the line, let me just bring this up. Once you put yourself on the line as this martyr for the LGBT community, you got to follow through with it. You can't just say one thing and then do another thing. I just think it's just a silly move. And I think his advisor should have advised him better before he started doing that stupid interview he done the other day. I thought it was absolutely stupid. But that's just the way it is. That's football for you. But like I said, footballers shouldn't be role models. They should just kick a ball and then you can aspire to be a footballer. Most kids aspire to be footballers or Formula One drivers. See, perfect example. A guy what follows through with it. Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton puts his name out there about the LGBT community, about supporting kids in the F1 community, and he follows through with it. It's not just words. He actually says, Lewis Hamilton actually says, there's a lot of people that talk about it but don't do it. Actions speak louder than words. But at least with Lewis Hamilton puts his name out there and he follows through with it. He's got Liverpool. He's got the Team LH. He's got the Mission 44, where he supports inner city kids to try and get better jobs and to try and get a better education. He does that himself. He uses his own money to support the cause. So that's something. That's what you call a role model. He's not just talking about it like Jordan Henderson. He's actually doing something about it. I remember when I went to Bahrain a couple of years ago, and Lewis Hamilton mentioned about the country and about the terrible Human Rights Act in Saudi Arabia and in Bahrain. I remember, because he's putting his name out there and he's following through with it. But with Jordan Henderson, he said he supports LGBT community, which I'm not. I'm not saying he doesn't support the LGBT community, but then he's going to Saudi Arabia and he's taking the bag, and then everything quiets down, and then about a few months later he starts putting his head above the parrot pit again, and then he's talking about he's not treated well at Liverpool. Now, he could have stayed at Liverpool. He could have stayed at Liverpool, but he decided not to stay at Liverpool. He decided, right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the Saudi Arabia and take the bag. He could have stayed at Liverpool. He could have played football in front of how many people? 50-odd thousand people. 55 plus. Now he's playing with 2,000 people. Now he's probably thinking, okay, I'll take the money, which he did obviously take the money, and now he's playing football with, in front of 2,000 people, and maybe now the penny's dropping. He's thinking, maybe I should have stayed at Liverpool. Maybe I could have stayed at Liverpool and been a leader and inspire the young generation. Klopp didn't want him to leave. Klopp just said, you're not going to play every week. That's all he said. He was bringing in new players. He was bringing in new midfielders. And all he said is, you're not going to be playing every week. That's all he said. He didn't disrespect him. He didn't say, I want you at the club. He just said, look, Anderson, you're not going to be playing every week. So he should have just took the bag and just left. But now starts talking about, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. It is a touchy subject, but it is what it is. Best thing to do, just don't talk. Now, on to Virgil van Dijk. Virgil van Dijk. Now, Virgil van Dijk. In my opinion, that Newcastle game, Virgil van Dijk, it wasn't a penalty. It wasn't a penalty in my opinion. Just put this picture here. It wasn't a penalty in my opinion. Let's put that over there. It's better there, isn't it? You can see it better. Now we're talking about the Virgil van Dijk, and Timmy Cass will put it there. It wasn't a penalty in my opinion. Put that there. In my opinion, it wasn't a penalty. I believe it was a fair tackle. It wasn't a penalty. I don't care what Gary Neville's got to say. I don't care what the commentator's got to say. In my opinion, because it is an opinion. It's not fact, it's opinion. I believe that Liverpool, I think Virgil van Dijk got robbed here. It wasn't a penalty. No way. There's no way Virgil van Dijk should have got that penalty for that tackle. No way. We all know that the referees are biased, are against Liverpool. It's very, very simple, well documented. But what occurred after is different. So Virgil van Dijk, 100k fine, among the worst ever handed out by the FA. There you go. So he got fined 100k. 100k. One of the worst ever punishments by the FA. So they're saying, right, we're gonna fine him 100k. I wonder where that money's going. Virgil van Dijk was fined £100,000 for abusive and insulting words after his red card at Newcastle, which was one of the FA's worst ever fines. Van Dijk was dismissed for a last man challenge on Alexander Isak in Liverpool's eventual 2-1 win at St James Park, but refused to leave the pitch. That's where the problem started. I believe if Virgil van Dijk would have just left the pitch and said, you know what, I got the red card, not really happy with it, but I'm going to walk off, I believe he probably wouldn't have got a match ban. He's getting the fine for the abusive language he done after he got sent off. Because I saw that when I watched it live. It's very hard to get the footage on YouTube now. Very hard. But I saw that game and I watched him. He was shouting at the referee, cussing. He didn't want to leave the football pitch. And then when he finally left the football pitch to go on the side, the other referee, the side referee, he was coming at him, and then Klopp was trying to hold him back. And then when I saw that situation, when I saw that escalate, I knew then he's going to get pinched. He's going to get pinched. It's going to be more. It's going to be more than a match ban. He's going to get at least a big. He's going to get a big hefty fine. I thought he was going to get banned for 3 games, to be fair. But I believe, like I said, with that foul, which to me it wasn't a foul, it was a fair tackle, by the way. But when when he got that red card, if he would have just walked off and said, you know what, I got the red card, I hold my hands up, I don't agree with it, but I'm walking away. That's what he should have done. He's the captain of Liverpool. He's been given a special job. He's the captain. He hasn't been captain for that long. I think he's a captain for the Dutch squad. So he's a brilliant captain. He was my pick to be captain. He still is my pick to be captain. But if he would have just walked off, I know he wasn't a penalty. I'm on Virgil van Dijk's side. He's one of my favourite players. Virgil van Dijk, to me, is probably the best centre-back in Liverpool. No, not centre-back, best centre-back in the Premier League, sorry. In my opinion. To me, he's probably the best centre-back in the world, in my opinion, even now. I know a lot of people say he's slowing up, not in my opinion. Last season, he had a horrendous season. But this season, so far, he's been like the old Virgil. Now, the reason why he's getting the fine is because it's what escalated after. And we know this. It's what escalated after he got the red card. Like I said, if he would have got the red card and walked off and said, you know what, I don't believe in this. I don't believe in this. I don't agree with this. No way. And just walked off, I believe he would have been no fine and he probably would have got one ban. Probably one match ban, maybe not even a ban. That's just my opinion. But it's a shame what escalated, and he's got the 100k fine, man. I think he's got one more match off. So he's going to miss the Wolves game, but the game after that, I don't know who we got after that. Well, that's the one he's coming back. So it's one of the biggest ones in that the FA's handed out 100k fine. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Now, Timmy Cass. Let's get on to Timmy Cass. Timmy Cass is reportedly saying he's going to sign a new extension contract for Liverpool. I don't know why he's doing it. In my opinion, I know why he's doing it. We need the squad depth. He hasn't really played much football, Timmy Cass. This is Liverpool defender Timmy Cass. He's been missed. I can't remember the last time Timmy Cass played, to be fair. He missed the Greece game. He had a game the other day. Greece won 5-0 and he didn't play that game. I don't know what happened. I'm not sure if he's injured. Knowing how lucky, he probably is injured. He weren't in the game with Greece, but he's supposed to sign a new contract. He's going to sign a new contract for Liverpool. And it is what it is. I think it's a good move. I think Timmy Cass is a decent player. But I believe, this is what, if I believe if we would have got our signings correctly, we would have got our signings right, and we would have brought more players in, I believe Timmy Cass would have been on his way, in my opinion. We need him because we need squad depth. We need a replacement for Andy Robinson. If Andy Robinson gets injured, which is a very possibility this season, because let's face it, Andy Robinson, great player for Liverpool in the past, but he started to show wear and tear. He's starting to show wear and tear. And you can't have him playing every single game. You can't have him playing every cup game, Andy Robinson. So we're going to need someone to fill in. So Timmy Cass is the perfect, well, the only option we've got, really. He made 15 starts last season for Liverpool. Timmy Cass. 15 starts. So you think with them numbers that he would have been on his way. But obviously we need the squad depth. Like I just said, we need the squad depth and we need someone to come in and be the replacement for Andy Robinson. It says Timmy Cass was signed in the summer of 2020 to provide Andy Robinson with a competition at left back. A composition hasn't really been much of a competition. Now, I'm not going to criticize Timmy Cass. Timmy Cass is a decent player. I'll get it. But Andy Robinson has been our left back for the past 4 or 5 years. Brilliant. Longer than that, what I'm talking about. But you know what I'm saying. He's been brilliant for Liverpool. One of the best players for Liverpool. For me, at one time, Andy Robinson was the best left back in the world, especially when we was winning the league and winning the Champions League. He was absolutely spot on, Andy Robinson. Absolutely. But now, He has been showing wear and tear. So much wear and tear. So it is what it is. Tsimikas. So Tsimikas is about to sign a new contract. They're not actually saying in detail how much the contract is, but he's signing a contract for Liverpool. It says there were questions over the 27-year-old's future throughout the summer, with Jurgen Klopp's change in the system, leaving uncertainty over his position moving forward. However, there was never any intention for the left back to leave Anfield, and Tsimikas has agreed a 2-year extension to his current deal. His current deal is into 2025, and a 2-year extension will see him contracted to the club a year longer than Robinson, whose deal is into 2026. So I believe in 2026, Andy Robertson that'll be the end of Andy Robertson. Yeah, so Andy Robertson's deal is so it's basically said his current deal is into 2025, and a 2-year extension will see him contracted to a club a year longer than Robinson. So Robinson's deal runs out in 2025, and Tsimikas' deal, which is an extension, runs until 2026. So look, I've played Tsimikas in the cup games, obviously. All the Europa games I've been playing Tsimikas. I think that's why they're giving him reassurance. I would not play Robinson at all in the Europa games. No, you have to rest him. He's not 25 anymore. He hasn't got the 25-year-old legs anymore. No, it's just the way it is. He catches up with you. And in the cup games, like the Europa Cup and the Carabao Cup, I would play Tsimikas. He's in the prime of his career. 27-year-old, he's at his prime. Let him play in the cup games and see how it goes from there. And that, in my opinion, this is why they are giving Tsimikas an extension. So it says Tsimikas made 28 appearances in all competition for the Reds last season. We have a role to play in the upcoming season. We have yet to see him spend significant time in the new season. In Liverpool's opening 4 games this season, the 27-year-old has started each on the bench and used just one in the final 4 minutes against Bournemouth. In total, the Greek international has made 62 appearances for Liverpool since the 2020, with last season proving to be the most prolific campaign and 15 starts from 28 outings. The sense will be that the opportunities will come in the Europa League, like I just said, and the early rounds of domestic cups this season, with Klopp used to use his competitions to rest and test the squad. So basically that's what he uses the cup games for. The Europa League and the Carabao Cup, he will be utilised in those competitions, which is smart because he needs to rest the squad. If we want to try and get in the top 4, even challenge City, which is going to be very difficult, but I believe we still can. If that happens, we need to rest our main squad players like Robinson and Virgil van Dijk. This is what we need if we want to push on, and hopefully we don't get any injuries. And that's it, man. That's it. That's the news. I'll be back later. I'm going to be doing a video with Total Hammer. We're going to be talking about who's going to be Salah's replacements. Who should replace Salah? Is it going to be Mbappe? Is it going to be Saka? You know how it is. But it is what it is. So see you later, guys. I'm heading off. No more news coming through. Just going to double check. Let's have a look. Also, let me just talk about this before I go as well. There's rumours about Jurgen Klopp. Rumours about Jurgen Klopp that is linked to the German job. Now, we've heard this news for a long time. We've heard this news it's been going for years, that Jurgen Klopp is linked to the German job. Because Germany lost their game the other day. They got embarrassed by Japan. And all of a sudden, They sacked the German manager, and straight away, what happened? Jurgen Klopp is going to be the new man. Jurgen Klopp is not going anywhere. Just came upon the Twitter feed, which I'm just reading now for you guys. Jurgen Klopp would not take the German job, as it's not possible for him to take a dual role. They wanted him to manage Liverpool and the German squad. Jurgen Klopp said he's not interested in taking the German job. That was just a spin by the media. As soon as they sacked the German manager, they said Jurgen Klopp is going to be the new German manager. He's not managing Germany, he's managing Liverpool. And I believe that Jurgen Klopp is going to sign another deal. I think Jurgen Klopp's going to be like Alex Ferguson. He's going to be here for decades. Jurgen Klopp loves Liverpool. Jurgen Klopp is, to me, the best manager in the world. I don't care what anybody says. It's just my opinion. You got your opinion. You're going to say Pep. You're going to say Guardiola. Whatever, bro. I respect your opinion, but my opinion, Jurgen Klopp's the best manager in the world. Why would Jurgen Klopp leave a club that he loves? He loves managing, because if he didn't love managing, he'd leave. He could have left last season. He could have left at the end of last season if he wanted to. But he never. Because he knows he can make this team good again. He's in 3 phases. This is phase 1. Next season's phase 2. And the season after that is phase 3. He's rebuilding the team. He's in rebuild stage. Why would he leave Liverpool to go manage the German squad? Why? He'll manage the German squad when he's in his 60s. When he's at the end of his career, when he's done everything in domestic football, yeah? When Jurgen Klopp's done everything in domestic football, he will leave then. He will. He'll leave and then he'll take the German job. Very simple. But at this current time, he's not leaving Liverpool. Not going to happen. He's gonna start Liverpool and they'll have to find somebody else. Why would he take a dual role? I mean, I'm hearing these rumours about he's taking a dual role. Oh, he's going to manage Liverpool. He's going to manage Germany. That does not make any sense whatsoever that he's going to manage both teams. Why? Wow. Anyway, I'm going to be heading off now. The next video is coming up. It's going to be with Total Hammer. And I'll see you in about half an hour, guys. Smash the like button, man. Smash the like button. Smash it. Destroy it. Smash it. Smash it, guys. I'm going to be going live again in half an hour. So look out for that. And we're going to be talking about Liverpool's... Basically, we're going to be talking about Liverpool and... Basically, who's going to replace Salah? Because he will be going next season. I think so. See you later, guys. Big up. Bye.